How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are with a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt. All right, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Let's take a look and see what's going on with the chat. Then we'll talk about what's going on with AMC. You know the drill. We're gonna go through all the stocks over here on the left, starting from AMC, moving her way up. I had the wrong one here before. Starting with AMC, moving upward, and then I'm going to talk about the position that I did take today. If you're on the stream yesterday, you probably already know what that position is. So it is what it is. So, and we'll talk about why I took that position instead of the other position that I'm sure people think I took. And I'll kind of walk through my whole process and all of that good stuff. All right. So let's get into it. Diane, hello was first. Dog, it's that time already. Almost forgot. Yeah. William, Echo. Diane, Echo. June, can you talk about swing trading, please? Yeah, June, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me say hi to Ron really quick. Ron, would you like to hear about EEENF? I would like to hear about EEENF. I don't know what that is. Angel, what is up, Dab? Laura, closed out my BBIG today and got into AQST for a swing trade. Wow. Okay. Lee, yo. We'll update that later. Angel, what is going on with the Spartans? When will the battle start? And support bullish. Oh, support bullish. Okay. Home, hey, grape eating ape was up. Oh no, you bought SPRT. How's that working out for you? Distraction. What position you took today on AMC? Kathleen, hello. What's up, Joelle? All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some of these things. I guess we'll start with June. June, realistically, swing trading is typically played off like a momentum, right? And so just for fun, let's go ahead and pull up over here and let's look up Investopedia swing trading. Not only do I want to like kind of walk through like my stuff with you guys, but I also want to show you like where you can find a lot of these answers. If I'm ever not around, or if you have like follow-up questions and a bunch of different questions, I really like Investopedia. It's kind of the standard, like during college, like whenever I had any kind of finance, what was it? What class did I take? I don't know what class I took, but Investopedia was a fantastic place to go. Maybe it's just a business school, or maybe it was some kind of class. I really don't know. But basically, here we go. Like, they have the key takeaways, and swing trading involves taking trades that last a couple of days up to several months in order to profit from anticipated price moves. See, I would have said a couple days. I don't know if I would have said a couple months. Well, let's continue, and I'll kind of break down my takeaways from this. Swing trading exposes a trader to overnight and weekend risk, where the price could gap and open the following session at a substantially different price. Swing traders can take profits utilizing an established risk-reward ratio based on a stop loss and profit target. They can take profit or losses based on technical indicators. So typically, like for me, the way I typically either swing trade or have seen people swing trade, they swing off of some kind of momentum, right? So for example, if there's going to be a technical breakout, right? If you look at AMC or something, you're like, oh, okay, if it breaks above this level of resistance that I have right here around, what is this, 40, we'll call it 47.34. If it breaks past this level of resistance, there's going to be a run, right? And so you see it break through, and then you buy in and you play it as a quick swing, and then you get out, right? A swing could last a little bit. It could last a few days until you're out of your technical breakout, right? Of where you think, okay, technically, from a TA standpoint, technical analysis standpoint, if it's going to break through, once it is finished with its play, I'm just going to get out. I'm going to do a quick swing. I'm not going to get greedy. I'm in and out, and I'm done. And so that's how it's typically done. Trace Trades is the champion. He's excellent. He has his indicators. He actually has a video out of his indicators that he looks for whenever he's looking at a swing trade. It consists of the 15-day MA, the 200 EMA, volume, and I think it's basically it, right? And some kind of breakout. And that's what he's looking for. And, just regular patterns, right? Chart patterns. and that's typically what he looks for. And then he'll do that kind of run. So hopefully that helps a little bit. And and I just want to be clear, I'm not afraid to go to like Investopedia just to make sure, just to bring this up and help people out, so hopefully you guys don't think like, oh, this guy's a clown, but I'm not too proud. So we had that one. Let me see what else we had here. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit. June. What's up, Matt? 88 energy stock. Oh, thanks, Ron. We'll take a look in a. Actually, I guess you were kind of second. EEENF. Oh yeah, 88 energy. Don't know anything about this stock at all. Let's take a look at the profile. They're doing, okay, obviously energy, fossil fuels, oil and gas exploration and production. All right, so that's that. Financials, we can look at the annual financials. Gross profit is negative and increasing, which is not necessarily a bad thing if they're kind of setting up there. I kind of think about it as setting up a slingshot. So for example, they're getting themselves, debt is okay. Debt, happens, right? And if you use debt properly, you can make a lot of money by not paying off your debt and paying it paying it over time, right? And I know it's a little vague, but I can explain at a later time. Okay, finally, Diamond. I've just been blabbering, saying nothing here this whole time. Diamond's finally here. We can start the show. Thank you so much, Diamond. We've been waiting. I've just been talking about nonsense, waiting for you to get here. And so that's what I see what's going on here. So I'm not really, this is okay. Let's see what the institutions feel about this play. No institutional ownership. I really don't know much about this play. I'm not sure if it was in the news or where you kind of found this, but I feel like, and I may be wrong, I mean, is fossil fuels, oil and gas, isn't that saturated by now? Like, this is not really my forte. This isn't my market. If anyone knows anything that could help me out with this, it's just not my market. Are they doing something different? I'm more bullish toward, I don't want to say green because it's just so broad, but kind of green, kind of electric vehicles. I'm more bullish on those kind of things, like the batteries for the electric vehicles, mining the materials for like computer chips, electric vehicle batteries, stuff like that. So I think I kind of like those plays a little bit better. I just don't know much about this company, and there's not much news to go off of. Analysts think it's going to be higher, but I don't know too much about that one. Okay, so everyone thinks I bought support. Everyone thinks I bought support. What's up, Bambino? What's up, Bromer Simpson? Home says you bought support. I don't touch. Yeah, penny stocks. The only penny stock I really like is HEMC. That one is pretty interesting for me. But yeah. So you got your free Apple stock from Webull. I'm jealous. I don't. I need to refer somebody with my code or something. I don't know. So let's talk about AMC, and then I will get into the stock because I know a lot of people are going to be hopping in asking like what stock I got into. Let me get into this. I'll get into what stock I chose, why I did that, and this and that. Kathleen says, what kind of trading interface do you use? What do you use for charts? Kathleen, actually, I've really been liking my Webull interface. I like it a lot. I've been using Webull a whole lot. This is like my preferred interface currently. It kind of sucks because I don't have this at work or anything. So like if I want to do a trade, I have to do it on my phone, and the app is good, but like things like, for example, I wanted to trade options. The options aren't as good as in here. So like, I don't know, I'll just click anything. So if I wanted to buy this option here, I can see all of this, but I can't do this hovering effect, or I don't think I can, at least. Yeah, Lee, I gotta do it. But I can't do this like hovering effect and see, okay, if it hits here, what's my profit margin and blah blah blah. So that's the only thing about the mobile version, but I do like Webull. It is not my primary brokerage, so I don't want to mislead anyone. I use Fidelity. That's who I use. That's who I trade with. Fidelity is I like Fidelity. I respect them. I appreciate them. They have a lot of resources at my disposal should I choose to use them, and that's what I'm doing. So that's question number one. What do I use for charts? Yeah, so Webull all the way. I'm not lying. Like, I look at the plays on Webull and the chart, everything on Webull, and then I trade on Fidelity. Fidelity is in the process of updating their platform, allegedly. That's going to take some time, but with them getting all the apes, they want to keep all the apes, and in order for them to keep them, they need something a lot slicker than what they currently have. So AMC, let's talk about, let's finally get on AMC. And so AMC was up 1.58% on the day, ended the day at $44.38. In the after hours, it's down 0.2%, nothing too crazy, but yeah. Kathleen has been trying a lot of interfaces and Haven. GME, let's talk about GME. GME was up 0.26%, ended the day at $213.52. In the after hours, they are down 0.45%, nothing too crazy. Dogecoin holding strong at 29 cents. Looks like I wonder if it's going to go back and retest this. Oh my gosh, was this 34 cents up here? Well, first I wonder a little more microscopically if it'll break over 30 percent or 30 cents, sorry. And if it breaks over 30 cents, honestly, I think it'd probably run all the way to 32 cents pretty instantly. Yeah, honestly, that's what I think would happen here. Bitcoin is still hovering around 49,000. I'm wondering if they're going to break 50,000 anytime soon. Carnival's been on quite a whirlwind recently. Let's look at the 3-month over here, and we can see where they are with the peak of around 31.51 over here about 3 months ago, and currently they're at $24. I like it. They were up 2.17% on the day. I'm super bullish on Carnival personally. Really liking it. All right, now into the heavily shorted stocks. All right, we've been talking about haven't really found a super tool brokerage to use. Yeah, Kathleen, I'm with you, Kathleen, on a good brokerage and a good tool to use. You know, and everyone on here realistically knows my position. I wish, honestly, I'm kind of at the point where I wish I'm on the fence. I would like a hybrid of the Robinhood app mixed with Webull, and I would like Fidelity to buy it and take all the yucky stuff out that Robinhood and Webull do with their trades and selling trades and stuff. And I would like Fidelity to make a bomb.com amazing platform with the best of both worlds that is everyone wants to use, right? They've been given this huge opportunity handed to them on a silver platter by Robinhood themselves, just saying, you know what, we have all these good traders, we're doing fantastic as a business, let's go ahead, let's just ruin it, let's just pull the plug and ruin everything. And that's what they did. And they could have they had all this huge market share. So can you imagine how hard it is to penetrate the market with this kind of stuff, to have people trust you with their literal finances, social security number, all this stuff, and then they just like throw it out the window? It baffles me every single day from a business standpoint, the decision that they made. And man, I can't believe nobody has guessed the position I've taken, and it's scaring me a little bit. It really is. Because now I'm like second guessing myself. But Bitcoin broke 50K early this morning. See, I'm not even paying attention. It broke it, and then it I don't want to call it a false break, but just the candle wick went over, not the actual candle itself. So yeah, I mean it's primed and ready, right? It looks like it's gonna test it soon. So support, let's talk about support, right? And we'll go into these heavily shorted stocks, and then I'll have my big reveal. Okay, so support was down 8.71% on the day. It's currently up 1.59% in the after hours, so not bad. And we can see right here, I really was curious if it was going to turn around. If you were on the stream with me in the after hours yesterday, we saw that it had it was up like a 10% at one point, just started moving, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this the return of the the king, return to the stock over here or something. And evidently not. It's continuing to fall. Doesn't mean I by no means do I think this is a dead cat. Actually, I guess while we look at these, we'll also go into the Ortex data. So we'll go ahead and start with AMC for now, and then we'll bring it with each stock that we talk about. So shares on loan for AMC, 106.42 million. I think that's actually up from yesterday. I think yesterday was 105. Utilization is also, let's see where utilization was. It is up from yesterday from 92.08 to 92.82. So moving up. Gary says, you bought a solid colored shirt? Actually, I want to. There's so much I want to do. If anyone, by the way, if I have anyone who's like a graphics guru, like has cool, like great with Photoshop or some, I don't know, something crazy like that, let me know. Like I would love to work with an Abe to come out with like cool shirts, cool this, cool that. I just have so many ideas, but it's difficult. Send me a message on Discord if you're talented. Utilization is up from yesterday. We already talked about that. The short interest, let's take a look at what the short interest was as compared to previously. And the short interest of the free float, this is the wrong one. Short interest, it has been on a weird roller coaster, honestly. We've talked about this before because it actually goes, it was on this upward direction. We've talked about it whenever it was all the way up here, and I felt like this was a weird fluke. It kind of jumped too high too fast. And then whenever it jumped back down, I said, okay, this makes a little more sense. And again, still heading in that upward direction. We can see very clearly. Let me click right here, and I can just do it like that. Obviously, very clearly headed still in that upward direction, but we'll see what happens. Still extremely bullish on this. And to be crystal clear, I did not sell any of my AMC position to take this small position in my other stock. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. So we're talking about support. Okay, so we talked about support. Let's look at support over here in Ortex, right? So Ortex, we can see support over here is shares on loan 5.19. I'm actually not 100% sure where that was compared to previous. So it is actually down a little bit from previous, which is okay. And we can take a look at the utilization. So utilization is actually up, or no, down a little bit from yesterday, I suppose, but down, 0.9%, right? So nothing really too crazy. It is up. It looked like it touched down for, I guess this was just a day actually, touched down for a day around 79, we'll call it 80%, then bounced back up to 92%. So looking pretty dang good. And the short interest also, let's see what the short interest is doing from yesterday compared to today. It is actually down a little bit. So short interest heading down again, still extremely high compared to where it was previously. The all-time high over here being 75.80, currently at 65.22. This is obviously like ridiculously amazing, right? Like this is crazy. Ridiculously high is what I'm saying. Crazy high. And I think as long as this stays a crazy high, utilization extremely high as well. And as you know, my current running like theory is the utilization might be some kind of magic key here, where whenever the utilization is really high for X amount of time, particularly around 100% for X amount of time, it is more likely to take off and like run like crazy. And so that's what we have going on here. Next stock is AQST. Fred, I forgot to say, hey, what's up, Fred? So AQST is one that I guess is a whole FDA approval, not a short play. It's an FDA approval play. I really can't even recall what they're doing for FDA approval. Let's take a look here. Focus on the treatment of the central nervous system. Anaphylaxis. Oh, this is the anaphylaxis one. Okay. Is this the one I've seen commercials on? I've seen one of these for commercials. Well, no, this one is for children with peanut allergies, I think it is, where this one seems more focused on just anaphylaxis overall, but I'm not really 100% sure on that. I mean, here's the deal. If it treats anaphylaxis, you have to think about how many people this will affect, and it's actually pretty huge, right? If you look at the think about people who go into anaphylactic shock, right? People who get allergic to sting bites, who are allergic to children allergic to nuts, right? Think about how many. It's extremely dangerous for like children because, I mean, you don't know, even for adults, like sometimes you go somewhere, you're eating something that shouldn't have nuts, or is fried in peanut oil or something, and now what? Now you're anaphylactic. You know, if you're at a kid's thing, no one knows what to do. If no one has an EpiPen or something, it's super dangerous. Like, I'm sure parents would pay any amount of money, especially if it's covered under insurance, for this kind of safety. And again, I'm not sure exactly what kind of anaphylaxis this is treating, if it's all anaphylaxis or a specific kind, but it's a Listerine strip, right? Even better, like, because I'm over here talking about a what is that? EpiPen shot, right? You do the EpiPen, and the EpiPen, once you get EpiPen, like, yeah, see, Bambino says right here, dude, I love to not have to carry my EpiPen everywhere with me, right? Like, that's boom, that's huge, right? And just imagine if they don't need to stab you. Imagine how scary that is. I wonder, actually, I guarantee this has happened. I wonder how many people have been in anaphylaxis. They're in anaphylactic shock. Your friend has to grab the EpiPen, and they either don't know how to use it, you know, too flustered, they can't read the directions, or they don't want to stab you with it. Like, they're scared that, like, what if I hurt them? Does it need to be on bare skin? Does it go through the clothes? And they're just not educated enough to use it. And that person, unfortunately, like, dies or something. It doesn't get the care they need because they are crazy. I guess people try to stab themselves with it, according to Bambino. Jeez. Jared says AQST is extremely undervalued in my opinion. I'm betting it runs in the next couple of months, which would be that. I mean, that'd be so cool. When does FDA approval get announced, or is it already FDA approved? I'm not really too clear on that part. It seems like you guys are pretty educated on it, which I freaking love. But I'm a little curious about this. We'll see. Oh yeah, we'll look at analyst target. I mean, analyst targets are extremely high. We know how I feel about analyst targets, but even the institution ownership, 43%, is very, very high as well. I'm not sure how it usually is on pharma stocks, but that is pretty high just generally. Okay, well, I'll let the chat catch up on that one. MMAT, I don't know if we have any MMAT people in here right now. I don't know if I saw anybody talking about it, but it says their date is December. Oh, so you guys are getting in nice and early. Okay, I will say this. If it is December for their FDA approval, typically what happens in this kind of thing is it runs up for just in anticipation for what's going on, especially if it's looking like very, very good. It gets a lot of momentum. A lot of people talk about it, blah blah blah. Gets a lot of like Wall Street bets if they get wind of this and they hop in it or something. I don't know what could happen, but hey, what's up, Mo? But there can be some serious, especially if just retail investors hop in this, there could be some serious moves on this one, okay? Some serious moves just leading up to it, right? And then we'll have to see which way it goes. Omar, thank you so much. Hopefully. That'd be great. Gary says FDA approval is a crapshoot. Be careful, Gary, and that's true, right? So there are two sides to it. I'm obviously just a bull by nature, so I'm very bullish on this kind of stuff. But I do think that FDA approval, while there's the good and the bad to it, sometimes it doesn't go the way they think it's going to go. I've seen who had it. There was a stock that they thought they were all going to be FDA approved. They weren't FDA approved, and then it just completely tanked, right? Like it just wasn't good. And so, and typically, honestly, I think when I see something just before FDA approval, even if they do get FDA approved, I don't know if I see like a crazy super high skyrocket. I guess it depends on what it is, but I feel like I've seen stocks that even after their FDA approval, it just kind of doesn't move too much, doesn't go too crazy. It doesn't drop like crazy, but it doesn't go too crazy. So me personally, I'd probably sell it before the actual, like, buy the hype, sell the news. So I would, like, if I personally were to take it and do what you want to do, but if I personally were to take a position in this, I might even, like, exit before, like, the actual announcement, just in case or something. I don't know. I guess I don't know if anyone has any ideas on that place, but we'll see. Okay, I'm getting some MMAT requests around here from one person, William. So we'll take a look at this one really quick. And William, dang, MMAT was up 15.98% on the day. My goodness, it ended the day at $5.37. But wait, there's more. In the after hours, it's up 8.75%. 8.75% in the after hours, just looking very strong, honestly. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. I'm not sure if this is a heavily shorted stock or what's going on here. Let's get it pulled up over here in a new tab. We'll pull up MMAT. Excellent. We'll look at these short interests, see what's going on over here. And let's clear some of this out. Let's start with the utilization. Utilization trending upwards, looking solid. I'm curious about the shares on loan. Shares on loan actually kind of low compared to where it was before during the run. But that's okay. So let's take a look at the short interest of the free float. And the short interest has been trending upward also. Excuse me, these do look like it is. I mean, get ready for a run, right? I mean, it looks like it may have even started the run over here in the after hours. It's looking pretty solid. Looking very solid. Let's look at their free float really quick. So free float 226, right? So this is one where the free float wasn't my exact, or the total shares on loan, like, wasn't exactly my favorite, because it's 20, we'll call it 28 divided by, what did I say, 225 million shares in the free float. It's about 12% of the total shares are on loan, which is not very high. It's obviously not low either, but Lee likes MMAT long term. There you go. But, you know, for me personally, I mean, I really can't even remember what MMAT does. Oh, Torchlight. Okay, yes. Formerly Torchlight Energy Resources. Okay. So, yeah, so that's that one. Let's hop over to BBIG. So BBIG, we can see, had a kind of a rough day, right? So BBIG, we can see, was down 15.18% on the day. It was down 2.75% on the day, right? And so this one right here is just down. Let's take a look at the Ortex data on BBIG. We can see here utilization at 99.92%, extremely high. It was up from yesterday. And let's take a look at, actually, let me take a look at the thing again. So yesterday, so T+2. Okay, so T+2 from here to here. So that's what we're looking at from today. But anyways, let me go ahead and pull this one up again. So utilization extremely high. Shares on loan, we've looked at that before. And let's look at the total on loan. Oh my gosh, the on loan is actually increased. It's actually at an all-time high. Yeah, the shares on loan is this. Let's see what this was. Oh, this is down here. Oh yeah, shares on loan is at an all-time high. Utilization is almost at 100%. And the short interest, let's compare it to previous. Short interest is at an all-time high as well. And I'm very happy to see that, because believe it or not, BBIG is who I took a position in today. And the reason I took a position in BBIG today is two reasons. Number one, and most importantly, honestly, is because I feel like based on these short interest numbers, everything is at an all-time high currently. I felt like there might be I feel like there might be something in the tank still. Granted, I really didn't do anything too crazy in this stock, but I feel like there may be a play here for that reason. Okay, so number one, all of this short information is looking freaking pretty bullish, right? But it's only 85%. Well, it's potential above 100, considering. Yeah. So this is looking pretty solid to me. Another reason I took a position is because it was a down day, right? It was on sale, in my opinion, compared to where it was. Granted, it was from like, I don't know, we'll call it $10 down to I took a position around $8.25. Where I am pretty risky on this though is I actually took an option position in this. My option is for October 22nd. I actually got my option at $8.50. And so if I would have waited, I didn't want to wait because I wanted to just get my position in. I felt like I didn't want to risk it going back up. And I took my option right here because I feel pretty confident about it, right? And the reason I took this one instead of support, not only the short interest information, but realistically, I feel like if how do I put this? In order for me to double my money, the stock doesn't necessarily have to double, like because of the, just the way these options work. Like I feel like I can recoup my money a little bit quicker if it does run. So for example, let's just put this at, I don't know, I guess that's over $1,000. This is just under $1,000, If I want to recoup my money, or where's my, so price of loss. So this is my earnings, right? So it just has to go up basically, what was this? Just over 50%. And I basically make my money back. Because here's my break even right here. So in order for me to double my money, essentially, it basically needs to go up like 50%, right? And so I got a single option, just a regular single option. I wonder if a covered option may have been, the only thing with the covered, well, I guess something I really don't play as much as I maybe I should, is the covered options, just because. And the reason I didn't play it is because I feel like this stock is pretty volatile. I feel like it's probably going to move pretty crazy. And if it does, then I feel like it'll probably run. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it just went to $20 like quickly, right? And if it does go to $20 quickly, then I mean, based on my option that I took, which was on the October 22nd. And again, I think this is so far out. I think if it does run, it'll probably be sometime in September, but I just wanted to just move it. And then so I got this one right here, and yeah, so it has to hit my break even right here at 1085, which I feel like it would hit if it does go crazy. But I forgot what I was just saying. Anyways, it is what it is. So I feel okay with my position. I feel pretty good about it. Like I said, it's a small position compared to my AMC position. If it prints, great. If not, well, that sucks. But manage your risk, make your own financial decisions, and live with your decisions, right? So hopefully this does print. Hopefully it goes. I was gonna see if it goes to $20, right? So let's say I put $1,000. Can I get a round number in here? 3,000. Okay, and let's say it goes to $20. I mean, I went from 3,000 to 12,000. I quadrupled my money. I'd be very happy with that. Even if it just goes to $20, I would have quadrupled my money. And based on what we've seen previously, I mean, 100% day really isn't too crazy, based on what we've seen historically, right? So that's why I took this position here. I'm seeing some love-hate comments for this position, but let's see. I guess we'll start with the top. So looks like Bambino's pretty happy about this position. Took a position as well. William says ditto. Or William Morgan says ditto. William Carwile says better get it. BBIG, big, I guess they're saying. And let's just continue down, see what people are saying. BBIG borrow fee rate is 100.6%. John says BBIG not looking good. I wonder why BBIG is all over mainstream media. Okay. It's catching up. Vicious is saying people in BBIG is willing to sell at $3. Short's not going to cover. Grant says, can you check out Sundial? Looks like it's finally moving up. All right. Yeah. Gary says you'll make money at $10. So just sell the cover. Right. And I can recoup my investment pretty quickly if I needed to. As long as it goes in the money, which I do have some time for it to go in the money. And, granted, even then, like, even if it's just volatile, which it is just volatile in general right now, with the volatility, I mean, it's very possible I'll just luckily end up in the money or, anything like that. So I have a few different options. Realistically, and again, I put my money literally where my mouth is. If I'm semi-accurate in the utilization, my utilization theory, then hey, this could print pretty well. And if I'm not accurate or it's wrong or I'm off, or if this utilization, because as we can see, the utilization was around 100% from July 29th. So July, we'll call it August 1st, sure. And August 27th is when it moved, right? So theoretically, I have a month and a half or just over a month and a half in order for something to move. So if the utilization is in fact at 100%, continues to stay at 100%, based on what happened previously, I could see some real moves. This one, however, was from April until, I guess you got to move from, we'll see where was this one? We'll call this one April. We'll call it mid-April. And then it got to a pretty good move over here around May. So March, April, May. So again, a month. So I feel like a month and a half. I have plenty of time to go ahead and take my position, keep my position in here. So I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty confident. Yeah. Isaiah says, did you take a position in BBIG? Yes, I did take a position in BBIG, a small one. Didn't change any of my my AMC position, but I took an option just because I feel like it was worth it to take the option. And I hope it prints. I really hope it prints. I need a new car. What was I going to say next? Someone asked me to take a look at, Grant wants me to take a look at Sundial, SNDL. I haven't looked at Sundial in a while. For those of you who have not been around long enough to know my position on flower stocks, I'm actually pretty bullish on flower stocks, honestly. For me, though, it is not one that I'm going to get in like immediately. I am going to... my position that I would take in these flower stocks is going to, I am, Lee, still same old faithful. As long as I'm, okay, so while I'm holding my AMC position, like I'm not sold, I'm not diversifying, I'm not going to take a position into Sundial or any kind of flower stock. I feel like I feel like those are long-term plays, right? I feel like they're going to print, right? As long as the company stays in business, yada, yada, yada. I think they'll print. But my question is like when? And currently I'm more in I'm making more aggressive plays while I'm in this aggressive stage in my portfolio growth. And until I close out of my AMC position, and whenever I close out of my AMC position, I am no longer in, hopefully, I don't believe I'll be in growth mode anymore. It'll be growing slowly, maintenance growth, steady, safe growth is where I'll be, right? And whenever I'm in that steady, safe, slow growth page or whatever, at that point is when I will take a position in my favorite flower stocks, which I haven't picked quite yet. Whether I do an ETF or just individual stocks, that's when I'll take my position, because I feel like these are going to be a little bit slower, and yeah, just while we wait. because this was like some hype around the election and if it was going to be legalized. I think this was around the election, if it was going to be legalized or not. Turns out Biden did not want to legalize, so they ran up and then they completely plummeted again. So yeah, but I'm pretty bullish on these long term. Let's go ahead and pull them up on Ortex because I see that your request. What's happening? That's my question. DL. Great. Oh, interesting. So let's take a look at what's going on with this one. So their total free float, 2 billion. My goodness. Let's do a calculation really quick. We'll do 200 to 86. Oh gosh, I'll have to add the zeros because math is hard. Million divided by, was it 2 billion? 2 billion. 2 billion equals 14%. So about the same as MMAT, I believe it is. About 14% shorted. So pretty high, right? But not as high as some of the other stocks like AMC, for example. The short interest, let's see where the short interest has been moving. Kind of trending upwards, actually. We can see higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. Just moving in that upward direction. And so I'm not sure, we obviously haven't had the same kind of peak again, but I wouldn't be surprised if it kept on moving in that direction. All-time high being 18.15, currently at 13.52%. Let's take it to the utilization trending upward, right? Last time we saw this, actually, I wonder if this had anything to do with the move that happened back in the day, because we see this over here again with that, my weird utilization kind of, and I may be holding on to the wrong thing, so don't hold me to this, but I'm looking at this, right? It's just weird with all of this thing so high. And then it runs down a little bit, and then it was back up and it ran. I don't know. I feel like there's something there. But this kind of stepping up, right? Stepping up. Utilization currently at that 97.64. Could be getting ready for some kind of launch, especially if there's some kind of momentum play. If let's say there's a momentum play of, I don't know, it's back on the table, it's an option, or maybe a merger or something. I don't know where it would be. Maybe more states legalize. Ooh, that could be a good one. Could be a lot of different things, but I just am not educated enough in the space, and I feel like I say this with all fields essentially, but I just don't know. I'm not too close to what's going on with this one, because like legislation and stuff. So for example, if Texas or whoever were to be looking to legalize, or it's on the table, I'm not too versed on this, but it could be something here, honestly. Isaiah bought some BBIG at $7.90 today. Yeah, I feel like it was a pretty good deal. You got it at a better than me. I was $8.25, but still happy with my position. Diamond says, Corey, the run-up on Sundial was a sympathy squeeze. Same time as AMC and GME, if I remember correctly. Oh, interesting. Well, AMC was around January 27th, so it was a little bit after it. So yeah, you might be close to it. Bambino says, I wouldn't make a play with something as large as a float as Sundial. I'm not gonna lie, float is freaking huge. Yeah. Gotcha. Appreciate the look. Finally looking to make its break. I mean, it was up 3.86% on the day. I mean, hard to say exactly what's going to happen. Like I like it back at this technical breakout of $1.46. Granted, $1.46 is double where it's at now. So if you're bullish on it, I mean, this is a pretty fantastic place to buy it at. Looks like it's like bouncing here. I mean, if you wanted to be, I mean, could this be a double bottom, like bottom here, George W coming in, right? Is going to be bullish right here. Very possible that you see that coming in, right? That could be pretty sick. But you know, that might be wishful thinking, taking a look at this and hoping that you get that George W. But I'm a bull. Angel says, I'm going long on GSAT and waiting for a bounce on support. Salvatore, what? Salvatore says, and if anyone knows, unfortunately, Salvatore, I don't know what you're talking about. Salvatore says, can you explain to me this margin call thing I'm hearing about that starts tomorrow? Salvatore, I'd be very careful with dates, my friend. I'm gonna go on. I'll hop onto the AMC subreddit, see if there's anything. Maybe the GME subreddit, see if there's anything going on. But yeah. Sunny says BBIG is definitely going up. When it dips, buy some more and stay patient. You'll be glad you did later. Yeah, you know, looking at this dip, I mean, realistically, if it were to dip to, let's look at the 1 month. Yeah, I mean, if it were to dip back down to here, you know, I'd probably add to my position and, you know, average down. Maybe I wouldn't. I'd have to see how low it goes, or if I might want to cut losses or something. But I feel okay with it. For all I know, it's going to run tomorrow in the pre-market, go to, you know, have a 50% pre-market and go from there. So I'll have to see. Jim, so this is a great question, Jim, that actually not a lot of people ask, but I think a lot of people may know about, but I do want to address this. Jim says, my brokerage, Schwab, wants to borrow my shares to lend it out. Is it worth it? Probably not. Jim, I'm not sure if this is a legitimate question, but I do want to address this. A lot of apes are actually, they do not want their brokerage lending out their shares. This is for two reasons. Number one, well, I guess number one, the not so important reason is they really don't pay you much for it. I mean, I guess if you're going to be holding it anyways, depending on the stock, right? If it's like a random stock that you're just bullish on, I don't know, then sure, maybe it's worth it to if you're going to hold anyways, no matter what, you don't care about a squeeze or anything, sure. But with something like AMC, a lot of people are actually turn that off. I've turned that off. A lot of apes have turned that off because apparently what they do is they borrow your share and then they sell it to a hedge fund or whatever. And people use your share to short your stock on you. Like it's crazy. So yeah, a lot of people don't like to do that. Oh, okay, here we go. Bambino clutch, bro. Bambino says for this margin call thing, it's the SEC margin requirements and expecting a number of margin calls. Still wouldn't think anything of it. Oh, okay. Is it the higher margin requirement from going from $10,000 to $250,000 per member? You have to have that kind of liquidity. And I think Citadel tried to. What did they try to do? They try to sue them, or they try to like talk themselves out of it, or something. Change their mind. Oh my gosh. Elise says September 3rd is getting thrown around a lot today and yesterday with today's auto margin call. Yeah, you know, and here's the deal, guys. Like, I don't want anyone to think like I'm shilling, like, oh, tomorrow's not going to be anything. You know, dates. Oh gosh, I'm just so weary of dates. Dates have really burned a lot of people out. And okay, thanks, Bambino. Yeah, dates have burned a lot of people out, and it's like I'm every day I'm hopeful toward, but. You never know. Oh, good, Jim. I got you. No problem. Yeah, just so you know. I mean, you know, manage your risk is what I'll say. So yeah, liquidity margin. Oh, there we go. Be Real new. Be Real was on top of it. Let me see if I have anything else I wanted to bring up. Actually, I did want to talk about the Ortex thing really quick. Ortex posts. So one thing that, you know, here's where it gets scary, because I feel like a lot of Bambino, I'm a Middle Eastern man, I love dates. My fiance's Middle Eastern. I think she loves dates too. Her family loves dates. It's actually so crazy. Dates, I mean, I'm just not into dates. Like, I don't know. But I love, oh my gosh, Middle Eastern food. If you got, first of all, if anyone haven't tried like Middle Eastern food, maybe like Mediterranean food or something, I highly recommend. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. I'm telling you. If you're ordering food, you're trying to find something new, try something new. Try some Middle Eastern food. My mouth is watering. Try some Middle Eastern food. Try some what would I recommend? Like a shawarma, a euro, some kind of like a euro plate, some hummus. Their rice is so good. Oh my gosh, just so good stuff. So if you guys are ever looking to eat some food, that's the good here. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't, and I'm the worst, Bambino, because olives are not really for me. Feta cheese is delicious, but yes, she loves olives and cheese, feta cheese. She also likes the blue cheese. Good stuff. Okay, let's look at this. So one thing I do before I head out here, I do want to talk about like these Ortex things. And I just want people to definitely take what they say with a grain of salt. You know, a lot of things that they're calling all these different stocks. It looks like they were featured by money.usnews.us, which I don't know, US News. And, you know, they talk about these, check out the rocks, North African. They talk about these things, right? All these different stocks, and support is in here. This is the one that the new one that they just announced. This heavily shorted one, the short squeeze trading signal, I think was announced for them, and it talks about the just their numbers. Okay, so I just be careful diving blindly into there. You know, I'm trying to do some research and see if there's any kind of truth and movement to these, but make your own financial decisions. But I don't know. I do get a little weary of all these stocks that they try to announce. I get scared whenever they just start announcing things, because they just want people to click on their articles, look at their ads on their page, and then just stay on their website, subscribe to their service, and they start to abuse like I don't know what it is, but essentially what the apes are looking at, right? They start using their keywords that, you know, heavily shorted stocks, short squeeze stocks, right? Like trying to make the apes like not hold, like only in September it's gonna be good. Just please be very careful if you're looking at these kinds of plays. Make your own. I would not follow it blindly, and just make sure you feel confident about your plays and that you're feeling good about your position, and you're not going to be like, why did I chase? Why did I just buy it on a whim? Because I followed one very, very popular streamer. I followed all of his plays, and you know what? I lost on all of them, on every single one of his plays. He had a time frame. He had everything. I followed him blindly, and I lost a lot of money, because I didn't do my own research. I was like, yeah, I'll just jump in. Yeah, there's no way. He's saying it's going to go up 200% by the end of the year. There's no way he's going to be wrong. And he was wrong. Or 100%, or he gave it a dollar amount, and I followed it. And I said, you know what? Yeah, it'll be great. And I lost a lot of money that way. So just be very careful with this kind of stuff. All right. I just wanted to do that quick disclaimer really quick, but just because of this stuff. Okay. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'm gonna go ahead and log off, get some food and stuff, but You guys are bomb.com. Oh, BBIG and SPRT is on the SHO threshold list, which is pretty freaking legit. All right. That's pretty solid. Thank you, William, for sharing that. But all right, y'all, I'm going to wrap up here. You guys have a fantastic night. We'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.